Hello everyone and welcome back to Between Realities. How are you doing? We are so happy to have you here with us. Welcome to the fucking show. My name is Alex, sometimes Alex VR. I just feel weird introducing myself as Alex VR.
Why?
I don't know. It's weird.
It's been too long since we've been to any expos, I think.
Yeah, maybe you're right, actually. So what's up? I'm Alex VR. That's right, the Alex VR. And I am joined here by my co-host, Skiva. Yeah, that's right, the Skiva.
The.
How the hell are you, sir?
I'm good, dude. I'm excited to be here, man. This is always the highlight of my week.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Yeah. We've got our lighting just like dialed in, except for that one kind of got turned a little bit. You know, whatever. It's no big deal, but we're feeling good today, and
yes,
we hope that you are too. Oh, he's going for it. He's gonna fix it. There it is. All right, good shit. Hello to everyone in the chat. Thank you for being here. Sampler 19, I think, is first in the chat today. Wow, beat Lissa. Lissa, what the fuck, girl? Come on, you gonna let Sampler like do this to you?
Wow.
Maybe she beat us in like wait. No, she didn't. Unbelievable. Hey Sampler, how's it going? German Rifter in the house. Really exciting. He put together a hilarious little quiz thing today on Twitter that we're going to talk about at some point during the show. Yep. Lissa, of course, is here, and she got her Between Realities shirt the other day, which she was flexing on Twitter.
Oh, I should have put that image on there.
That was really cool. So Lissa, of course, good to see you. Jansen Fox in the house. I saw he was ready for the show at 10 today. He was like, yo, where's the show? Like, let's go. Is it 10 already?
Man, I wish his Pop 1 streams were a little later, because he's always like streaming when I'm in bed, sleeping, and his streams are so good, man. They're so funny.
Well, maybe he'll hit us up and we can, like, the three of us go in and play together sometime or something. That would be cool.
Hit us up, dude.
Yeah, Aaron Summers is here. How's it going, Aaron Summers? Thank you for being a part of the Between Realities community, and it is always great to see you. Let's see here. Oh, and there's another guy by the name of Stu in the chat, and guess what? He maybe also be waiting in the wings with us. That's right. This is a dude who I had the opportunity to meet at OC6, and it was just a very casual meeting. And this is in San Jose, and we just get to chatting, and it turns out we live in the same state. And well, I guess we can talk a little bit more about it once we bring him in. But the dude is a world champion esports competitor. He is a streamer on Twitch. He's got a YouTube channel, and he is a total agent for the world of the VR industry. Everybody please welcome to Between Realities, Stu.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Yo, dude.
Stu?
What's up, buddy? How are you, man?
Doing good. Hope you guys are doing the same.
We are. It's Stu, baby. Stu, how you doing, man? It's been a while since we've had the chance to chat.
It has, yup. But yeah, we met up at OC. That was awesome stuff. I remember when I was getting on the plane, I saw you with a Beat Saber shirt. I was like talking to my buddy. I was like, he's got to be going to the same thing, right? And then I saw you again, so we linked up. That was pretty sick.
Wow. So you saw me on the plane, like going to San Jose?
Yeah, we saw you, and I was like, he's got to be going there. I wanted to say something, but
so we were on the same plane. Like we were on the same plane. Damn, I didn't even know that. That's so crazy.
Yep.
Well, that's awesome. And we didn't end up talking until like 3 days after that or something like that. This is like at the V Respawn after party at this super awesome Cobra arcade bar. That's a place here in Phoenix, but a super awesome arcade bar. I think it was called Endgame, actually.
Mini Boss.
That was another place in Phoenix. I'm an idiot. But anyway, that was fucking awesome. And then, I was talking, this is before I had ever done any like mixed reality capture before. So I was chatting with Stu about it. He's like, dude, I work at a VR arcade called VR Junkies back in Arizona. You live in Arizona. Come on through and like, we'll make a fucking mixed reality video. And I totally did. I rolled through there and we hung out for the day. I went through a couple times actually, and we made some mixed reality stuff and did a live stream or two. And it was awesome, man. You were there for me before I had the opportunity to do any kind of mixed reality shit. And I was so fucking stoked about that. So thank you so much for the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, of course. I remember seeing, like, when we met, I was like, this person is me. Like, we both love the same exact stuff. So I was like, I gotta share the setup. Like, it was that easy. So
and it was legit. It was super legit. Tones My Bones is also legit. He just slid into the chat. How's it going, Tones My Bones? Good to see you, man.
What's up,
Always
Tones?
a pleasure to have you here.
What's up, Tones?
But yeah, that video is still on my YouTube channel. It is the first one I ever did is Slippy's Immortal from OST3 on Expert Plus, and I was just fucking ripping it up and having a great time. And like that video still gets views, you know, like I got a comment on it the other day, which was cool. You know, my channel doesn't like get blown up that much, so it's always great when an old video is like still kind of getting some views.
Yep.
So we mentioned when we were introducing you that you are a fucking world champ. Isn't that right, dude?
Yes,
dude, you are
correct.
a world champion. So tell us a little bit about the road to becoming a world champion VR esports competitor.
Well, so it's definitely different nowadays, but I would say it was very similar to like any other competition. You know, you have, you know, your scrims, you find other teams of like your skill level. You're constantly trying to schedule with them to face against each other. You don't normally go into like the common like queue where you fight normal people. And then you just grind it out. You treat it like it's a serious thing. You know, go into it professionally. I think we spent maybe like 4 to 6 hours a day just scrimming, playing the game. And yeah, we just kind of took it that far, I guess.
Now, that's amazing. So what was the game, and you know, how did this come to be? Like where was this championship? You know, tell us a little bit of details about your specific experience.
Okay, so it was actually pretty crazy how I got into competing to start. It started with my job there at the arcade, VR Junkies. So at there was like a VR league for just arcades that I participated in just because I worked there. One of them was Space Junkies, and I immediately was like attached to it. I was like, this is my favorite game.
Yeah.
So at that point, I didn't own a VR headset at home, so I borrowed my buddy's Oculus, and I would play off of that. And then eventually through that, I would join the Discord. I started meeting all these little communities here and there. Started to kind of latch myself into that competitive scene. Teamed up with a person I competed against in a previous kind of arcade match.
That's always the way to do it, by the way. If you can't beat them, join them, people.
Exactly. Usually your like strongest, toughest opponent, they'll either become your best friend or your worst friend in the end. So so in competition, that's actually one of my favorite things, you know, the relationships you kind of build through that. But yeah, that was really cool teaming up with that. And then we just both knew we were about it. We were consistent, and we went into that. It was really cool seeing, we were also facing like EU and everything. There was the qualifiers going to the finals. And the biggest hype was that if you got to the finals, you got all expense paid trip out to the UK in Leicester. We eventually got to that, and we were like, we're set. Like we already got the paid trip. We're done. We're hyped with this. We're happy with it. We've done enough. But we got there. We stayed on top of our game. We stayed sharp, and we took it home. We got championships on that as well.
Dude, that is so sick. Like
Very cool.
I don't know, like every time a game comes out, there's always this like thing in the back of my mind. I'm like, oh, maybe this is the one, right? Like maybe this is the game that I'm just like naturally just fucking awesome at, and I'm gonna become the world champion, you know? But like, it just never happens, you know? Like you think you're good, and maybe you are for the first couple of weeks, but then once people get into that shit and a community gets developed, like people get really, really good, dude. So it's hard to do.
And this game, man, is a really, really good game. It's unfortunately it's kind of dead, right? You go in there, you can't find anyone to play with, but sometimes some of our friends like Delirium Drew, who you see in chat all the time, who's also a Patreon, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, this like we'll go into this game and just have a friggin' blast, and he'll bring all these people in, and it's just such a good time. And this game, I feel like if this game were to ever get a Quest release, it would be very, very popular because it's a great game.
Dude, yeah. Anything comes out on the Quest and it has a fighting chance of being popular. Hey Mateo 311, how's it going, dude? Thanks for sliding in.
Mateo?
I think we even have a little bit of footage from that tournament. The final tournament, don't we?
I kind of forgot to put it in the thing, but I'm going to look for it right now.
Okay, that's cool. So you went to the UK and you played in this tournament and you guys won. Was it? I mean, I've never been over there. Was it awesome? Like, did you have a chance to like enjoy being over there? Or was it like nose to the grindstone, like working? You're in VR the whole time, kind of scenario.
So the first few days we showed up, it was kind of like that grindstone. You know, immediately when touchdown, we did media, so they took pictures of us. We got all our awesome hero shots and poses and all that.
Hell yeah.
Then we kind of settled in. I think on that same day, we went to the backstage. They had, you know, PCs in a row set up for all of us there. We kind of play tested and everything. Got some food and chilled, but yeah, really, really grindy for those 3 days of the tournament. Not a lot of break time in between, other than just like breathing space.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew that was going to happen. So what I did is when they were setting up the ticket and everything to fly me out and back, I told them, I was like, hey, can you make my flight back like an extra 4 days forward? Like put me out there. So they accepted that. And then I went and scheduled an Airbnb for myself.
Nice.
And I got to explore like the UK, which is something I've always wanted to do. So that was a really nice side.
Hell yeah. And then when you're in the tournament and so once you're in the UK, how many matches do you have, or like how many teams are there competing?
So I think it was, if I remember correctly, 8 teams total or 4 teams total. Yeah, 4. 2 from North America, 2 from EU. And I can't remember the exact format we played it, but there was about 2 matches, a best of 5 on the first day. And then we did that the second time on the second day.
So
yeah.
I don't want to interrupt you, but I'm just noticing you went up against Stumpy Nub and Pesky Cashew.
Yes.
And for anyone that doesn't know, these two guys just like shred every multiplayer game. They are the best gamers I've ever seen, which means you are the best gamer I've ever seen because you beat them.
No. So I have huge respect for those guys.
Yeah,
I still
absolutely.
say they're better gamers than me, even though if I won that, I would still say like any game they pick up, they are insane at. And like you called it exactly.
It's
both
true.
Of them,
yeah.
Very talented. I'm intimidated by both of them in any game I
They're
face
so
them.
good.
Stumpy Nub like ran away with it for like a month or 2 in population.
Oh, dude, he was always on number 1.
Yep.
Always.
Yep. And then Pesky Cashew is literally the same story that you just told about like picking the person who you know is best and becoming friends with them. I did that with Pesky in Tower Tag. When we were entering that Tower Tag tournament. I was like, I need a team, and I'm looking around and I see fucking Pesky, and I was like, hey dude. So anyway, how about we're friends now? And it was great, and I got to play on a team with him, and we went far. You know, we took second in the world championship or whatever that we played.
Tower Tag, yeah. Tower Tag, great game, by the way, guys. If you haven't checked that out,
great game.
Definitely
if you've got a squad, don't go in there without people.
Right.
It's like same story as Space Junkies, frankly. Unless you've got a group of friends ready to play it, you're probably not gonna get anything done. So this match that was in UK, like Stumpy Nub and Pesky Cashew were your opponents out there.
And that's actually funny enough how I pretty much became friends with them. I still talk with them on the regular. Stumpy and I play Pop 1 all the time. We go into it together. But yeah, going out there, I didn't really know a lot of people. It's just faces from online.
Right.
So those were the 2 people I think I hung out with the most. And I would say we're still pretty close today online. We chat, hang out in games. Anytime there's like a new one that comes out, we're like, hey, we want to go pick this up. I want to go roll it, spot up.
I want to go roll it. See, like that's what happens when you're like a fucking amazing gamer, like a pro gamer. Like a game comes out and you're like, all right, we're gonna roll this one. Like it's like I love that camaraderie and community amongst the players who really know what's up, because you guys like think about games on a completely different fucking level. You know, like most people who enjoy games, they're just immersed in it, and they're like, whoa, this is so cool, I'm in this arena, and hey, blah blah blah, there he is. And like, but pro gamers, they're like, where are the angles? You know, they're like seeing like, okay, well, if I'm here, like I can get an angle there, and I can get way more distance from this position than anywhere. And like they are breaking down the mechanics of the game in a way that is like borderline, I don't know, too much. Like it might even suck the fun out of the experience a little bit.
It can,
you know?
Absolutely.
But it's in the name of excelling and proving that you've got what it takes to beat the other people. So I fucking love it. In the finals, by the way, was it you against those guys, or did you end up going up against an EU team?
So yeah, we went up against them. I would say we were really fortunate because the way it was formatted, Stumpy and Pesky faced an EU team that was actually looking pretty solid to like eliminate us, but they eliminated them and then went to challenge us, which we actually wanted that matchup more than that.
Wow.
So,
damn, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing, man. I absolutely love this. And the fact, like I said, that you were able to like gain homies like Pesky and Stumpy Nub throughout the experience, like that's why you got to go and do stuff. I keep saying it, but like going and doing things and just getting involved, like that is the way to accomplish whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. Like the amount of networking, the friends you make, like the experiences you get, and the doors that you open when you do this kind of stuff are just like nearly infinite. It's amazing.
Yeah, man. I've had so much fun playing in any tournament that I've ever played in. Never mind, I can't even imagine if it was like legit freaking grinded out tournaments, you know what I mean? So that's good stuff.
Glitch Fandango sliding in. He's late, but he's here. What's up, dude? Good to see you. And Trey VR talking about hitboxes. That's another thing that pro gamers are constantly considering. So you did this world championship, right? You established yourself. You're like, guess what? I'm a fucking world champ now. And what's the focus been lately? I know I've seen you streaming on Twitch somewhat recently, but not super recently. So what you been thinking about? What you been working on?
So I have been a bit radio silent lately, but as of the most part, I have been focused on streaming and YouTube more so. I'm kind of in that like limbo right now. I used to stream full Twitch. That was it. But I'm thinking of switching over to YouTube, actually. I think that's actually the way to go now. On top of that, I did some Pop 1 videos. I've done tutorials and just some overview and insight. So if you guys wanted to check that out, Movement and Shooting is the two I have out right now.
Oh, nice. We have links to both of these, by the way, in the description below and on our monitor there. You can see them. YouTube, in my opinion, is the place for virtual reality. Twitch, I think, had a shot at it right while they had that virtual reality section. And then once that went away, it was like huge shift over to the YouTube focus. And like I feel like the most successful VR streamers are doing so on YouTube. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that's the case.
Yeah, Twitch is a great platform, and it's just there's so many people gaming, right? That if there's no virtual reality section, it's really hard to find the people that you want to watch.
Right.
So yeah, it's too bad that they did that.
Yeah, VR is still sort of in that niche zone, so discoverability is a big thing, and YouTube is amazing at that. I'll even recognize it myself. Like I'll watch one YouTuber for like 4 minutes of like a video I sort of liked, and then they're recommending me all their stuff. So if that's how my channel was treated on YouTube, I'd want that. So
right
on Twitch, you just can't get that. So
I
like that
man.
mix.
Well, you are super awesome, dude. I'm so glad that we've become friends, and this is amazing. We've got you on the show, and this is in a fucking crazy week, man. There's been like so much to talk. There's so much to talk about in the world of VR, and I'm glad that we're gonna have a pro gamer's perspective on a few of these things. I think so. Maybe we should bounce the ball into Skeefa's court here.
Oh yeah, sure. So we had this week, as most people I'm sure know, have the Oculus Gaming Showcase, which Oculus, for the very first time ever, collected all of these games and put out this really cool presentation and let us know about all the games that are coming out. It was almost a little bit controversial, if you will, because a lot of people were expecting new information, and I feel like everything that was talked about was kind of divulged beforehand.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So there were a lot of people like, what? But that being said, there's a lot of good stuff in here, right? So
it's Nintendo. First of all, let me just say Nintendo. Second of all, Nintendo, they're the ones that started this whole thing, okay, with their Nintendo Direct presentations, which are nothing but hype. And like there is not a Nintendo Direct that doesn't end with, and that's been our presentation, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. But wait, just one more thing. And then they roll into like this mind-melting like trailer for like a sick new character in Smash Bros, or like an expansion to one of their most popular IPs, like something huge that no one saw coming, that like leaves you like with your jaw on the fucking floor. And since then, people have been trying to emulate these kinds of virtual presentations. Sony's done it. I mean, frankly, everyone
Xbox
does it.
is on
Xbox,
it, yeah.
everyone does it now. And no one has done it like Nintendo yet. And like, it still blows my mind how these people do not realize that these presentations mean a lot to the consumer. A lot. Like, we are so stoked to just like have our minds blown over and over and over again by all these great things that are gonna get us excited about the future, the thing that we're passionate about. And I think Oculus missed the mark. I think they, for that reason, like, there needs to be that like boom, that like punch, that like whoa. Like,
can you imagine if they had done this, but they had not before talked about Resident Evil 4? Imagine if like that was their moment. You know what I mean? Like, that would have been huge.
They should have shut up, and they should have put it into like, hey, guess what, everyone? Our Oculus showcase, like, this is going to be huge. You're not going to want to miss it. And then everyone hits the internet right after. Just like RE4, just brawlery running down Twitter, you know, like, you need to hype this shit up. You can't let little information trickle out, you know, like Boz's little wink about 120 hertz. So that way when this shit drops, like, no one gives a fuck, because we all already know that 120 hertz is coming. Like, it has to be like, and it's available today.
Speaking of that 120 hertz, man, I know it's really only in the home screen, but god damn, it looks so smooth and nice.
I don't think I've done it yet.
Yeah, so it looks really good. And you know, I went in and I loaded the beta of Virtual Desktop, which has 120 hertz support. And it's pretty great. I had a hard time actually getting 120 hertz out of it, and I got a pretty nice router and really nice setup. So, but again, it's in beta, you know what I mean? And they're working on it already, which is incredible. So
before we dive into the specifics, Stu, what were your takeaways from the showcase?
So with the whole showcase, I definitely agree on that whole take. It feels like they're kind of fabricating the hype for it. And I think their issue is they just don't have something that builds hype in the first place. The Resident Evil zombie game could be exciting, but I've seen like 5 zombie games now for VR. I feel like I'm actually numb to it at this point. I see the same footage of like
zombies
an axe swinging, and I'm like, okay.
Right?
Dude, and I get it. Like, I totally get it. I understand why zombies work. You know, they're not humans, so we don't feel the same like weirdness in our stomach when we're blowing their
dead
fucking
humans.
heads off.
They're already dead.
Right. Like, there's like, you don't have like that feeling of empathy for a zombie that you do like just a guy. You know, like, he's like, wait, I have a family. Blow his head off. You know, like, it's a lot different than some zombie who's like reaching out to bite you. You know, zombies transcend cultures. You know, like, it doesn't matter what culture you're from. You get zombies, you understand, oh wait, that thing needs to lose its head right now, you know, like, everyone knows it. You know, the way AI works in a lot of games, zombies really complement that. If your fucker gets stuck on like some jagged polygon somewhere and he's just like,
he's just
it's a zombie. Yeah, exactly. It's just a zombie. It's not some guy. It's not your, you know, it's not a bug. It's a feature, right? So by the way, I stole that from somebody who responded to my tweet about this. So sorry for not giving you credit, but he mentioned that. He's like, it's AI. And I'm like, yep, that's another part of it. So there are a million reasons why they work, you know, they're recognizable, all that shit. But as a VR enthusiast and as someone who, you know, gets hyped for game announcements and stuff, when it's just like another zombie shooter, it is like a little exhausting now, man. Like, can we please think outside the box?
At the same time, this is Resident Evil, right?
Well, and that specifically is a little bit different. I agree with you.
Yeah, sure. And not only is it Resident Evil, but it's probably the most popular Resident Evil game that was ever released. Now, a lot of people, you know, this was like 15 years ago, right? So, or maybe even 16, but so a lot of people that are playing games now haven't played this because they weren't around for that, right? But so this was a really good game. The problem with this game originally was the controls were garbage,
right?
And it's why this game hasn't stood the test of time. People don't usually go back and replay it because the controls are so bad. But that's all gone now, right? Now we have first-person VR view from I can't remember the dude's name, but the main character in the game,
Leon Kennedy.
Yeah, Leon, right? And so and they implemented full hands. They implemented, you know, you can actually open drawers and stuff instead of clicking on them. So they went through and they spent, I think they said, a good 2 years taking this port and turning it into a full-fledged VR game.
Make no mistake, this is hype as hell. Yeah, this is extremely hype, especially because this is the first Resident Evil game that we're going to get our hands in. right? Like we
on the Quest.
On the Quest. Well, but you played Resident Evil 7, but you don't get your hands in Resident Evil 7. You're stuck with the DualShock.
True.
So in this one, we're going to be reaching out. We're going to be aiming to fire, right? Like we're going to get that immersion that having the two disconnected hands it offers. So this might even be the most comprehensive VR Resident Evil experience once it comes out.
Yeah. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be really, really good. And I think this is going to sell headsets.
Yeah, make no mistake,
For sure.
This is hype. But like, you know, for example, a lot of people are really stoked about After the Fall, which frankly, it looks great. Like, dude, it looks really good.
Yeah.
But it's just like, oh, okay, zombies. All right.
Another zombie one,
It's just a little tired, man. Like I'm a little tired from it. You know, I just want to see something.
You know, but the thing that this game has that does make it kind of hype, right, is that it has co-op. You can go in here with 4 of your friends and you can run through these environments and you can just wreck stuff, you know, and like you got to keep each other alive and it's scary. And a lot of times, I'm not a VR horror fan. And, I mean, I kind of am, but I'm not at the same time because I have a hard time actually getting through it. I'm a baby when it comes to some of this stuff when I get in there. But when I'm with my friends, it's a little better. Like I feel like someone's got my back. Something might not sneak up on me like it will if I'm all by myself. So I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to playing this.
People are comparing this to like Left 4 Dead. You know, like this will be like Left 4 Dead in VR.
Yeah,
and like
that's
Left 4
a high
Dead
bar.
Is not.
That is a high bar.
Well, sure it is, but it's not horror, right? Like I wouldn't say Left 4 Dead's horror. It's just zombie themed co-op.
Yeah, I played it a bit, and I thought it was kind of scary.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking over there, Stu?
After the Fall, that's the one the Arizona Sunshine guys are working on, right?
Vertigo
Yes.
games?
Yep, that's the one.
So yeah, that one I actually have a lot of trust in because you know Arizona Sunshine, it kind of stood the test of time. If you go back to it, it still feels good to shoot a zombie and everything. So they've got kind of the core work of it down of what feels good in a zombie shooter. So hopefully they can just kind of build off of that and make more. You know, the multiplayer experience is going to be the biggest, and like you said, Left 4 Dead, the varying zombie specials and whatnot. I think it's going to turn out good. It's going to be worth its time. So yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
I think it looks fantastic.
It does.
I mean, you know me, co-op gaming. Like if only zombie games if the only games that ever came out that were co-op in the future were all zombie games, I would play every single one of them. You know, like I really don't get it twisted, people. Like this game obviously looks awesome and I'm not going to not play it because it's got a fucking zombie in it. Just saying, it would be cool to like, I don't know, maybe like
do something else,
an IP would like think about like Halo, you know, like Halo created what are they called? Like the elites and stuff.
I don't know, but Covenant? I always felt
the Covenant.
Yeah,
you know, like boom, like so now when you see a Covenant soldier, boom, Halo, right? Like you're immediately connecting to that. And I know aliens are not zombies, but like, you know, like they could have created creatures that were recognizable and that would do something for that IP, you know? So that way when I see that monster, I'm like, oh, dude, After the Fall, fuck yeah. Like I love that game. But now I just see a zombie and, you know, it just kind of melts into everything else.
Yeah, I feel you. But, you know, the thing is, Arizona Sunshine, right? Vertigo Games. Arizona Sunshine came out in 2016. It was like one of the original VR games. And to this day, it still looks and feels amazing, right? So good. So to see a next gen game, if you will, from these guys, even if it is kind of I don't want to say a reskin, but you know what I mean.
Right, yeah.
They're kind of doing the same thing over again. Spiritual successor, sure. You know, with Arizona Sunshine, you could do co-op, but it was only on the horde modes, which got really boring really fast. Four people. With 4 people, I should say. You could do 2-player through the single-player campaign, but I think we can get up to 4 people through the campaign in this, right? So, and it's not just hordes of stuff coming at you. I don't think it looks like there's a whole thing going on here, which looks fantastic.
I think it looks awesome.
Really excited to get into it. So
Drew 2BE in the chat, Drew 2B, how's it going, dude? He says he got really hyped for Wraith Afterlife, and after playing yesterday, he's kind of let down.
A lot of people are saying that, dude. I'm really surprised that this game isn't living up to the hype. There was I watched a few streams that the people were like, and then refunded it afterwards.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Live on stream.
Yeah.
Refunding a game live on stream. Oh, no.
That's
yeah, dude. Like, I mean, so I feel like it doesn't start off like you see in these trailers, right? It's not like It doesn't grab you and start scaring the crap out of you right away. The environments aren't as freaky as I would have liked to have seen. That being said, I'm not going to play it anyway because I'm a little baby when it comes to this stuff. So I don't know. I just feel like they put out a lot of hype and they released a lot of good footage, and they had a lot of YouTubers saying a lot of good things about this, and it's just not living up.
Well,
so.
Fast Travel Games does a good job of connecting with the VR content, VR video content creation community. You know, like they are very active on Twitter. They reach out to a lot of people, and so that part doesn't surprise me at all. And I mean, they were even doing big promotions for this a long time ago.
They were.
Like, remember all that Kaz and Sherry BMF GT shit where they're all like getting hit by trains and stuff like that? That was like, I don't know, 2 months ago or something. Yeah, like that was a while ago.
No, I'm not saying this game is bad. What I'm saying is I think this game starts slow. Right.
Okay.
I think later on in the game it looks like at least that it gets better, but I haven't seen anyone kind of make it that far in yet. So.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not like a multiplayer thing? Like I thought you could like.
I don't think it
talk
is.
To your friends or something.
I don't think so.
No?
I mean, I could be completely wrong. If someone in chat knows, please throw it in there. But I am not sure.
I guess if it's multiplayer, like I will. Like,
I don't think it is.
Anything that's multiplayer gets almost like the benefit of the doubt from me. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think this is that though.
Yeah, damn. I guess not.
I mean, it's kind of it's something that hasn't really been done before, right? You play a dead guy, which is awesome. You look down and you see your kind of corpsey hands, you know, that are all rotten, kind of cool looking, and it looks very. I mean, the graphics look incredible, especially for Quest. You know what I mean? To see these graphics on the Quest, they look really, really good.
Right.
So yeah, I think you just got to know going in that it's just a little bit of a slow start. You know.
Well.
So.
But that's just a guess.
That's
just a total
That's just a guess. This is all. I haven't gone through it myself, so I can't really speak to it. I just know people are not as excited as they once were for this.
Was there anything from the showcase yesterday that you were really excited about?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Oof, man, there's a lot of good stuff. I would say, you know, my first is Resident Evil. Yes.
Sampler 19 said it's single player adventure with stealth.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So single player it is, which
okay.
I guess we were basically concluding.
Yep. So, you know, a good one, I think, would be the new Pistol Whip campaign that's coming.
Ooh, Stu, are you a Pistol Whip player?
I am, absolutely. So hyped for that.
Yeah. So before, they had made a futuristic expansion which had like a campaign to it called Pistol Whip 2089 or something like that, right? And then but now they're going back to the days of Cowboys and Indians, and they have this entire campaign with boss fights and everything. So I mean, I'm pretty excited for it. I think it's going to be super awesome. These guys have yet to let us down. Am I on the wrong game? I'm on the wrong game. But
no Smoke and Thunder. That's what it's called.
Was it? Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, I am definitely going to play this. I'm going to play the crap out of this. So.
Did you guys play 2089, the last expansion?
I haven't yet.
I missed it.
Really going. I'm going to for sure. I heard it was incredible. I heard it was absolutely incredible.
The thing I like they start doing now is they're modding guns to shoot differently. So they give you a gun with a burst fire. So you pull the trigger once, but you're not aiming at one shot. You have to evenly kind of put
like move
each
your
3
hand.
shots. Yeah, exactly. So you kind of like rip it across.
Nice.
So I'm excited to see what they do with the Western.
I did that shit in fucking Super Hot all the time with the Uzi. I'd like spray the Uzi across and like get the 3 bullets. They knock out 3 guys at once. So I feel like I would like that mod a lot. I really want to play more fucking Pistol Whip. That is like the most popular game that I play the least amount of that I
especially for a rhythm game, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And it's live enabled.
Yeah, it is. And we were talking about doing a Pistol Whip video here soon, like a really good one. I think maybe this is what we do it with.
Yeah.
Because yeah.
Maybe we can get me like a nice cowboy get up with like a cape.
Ooh,
and stuff,
you hear it here, people. I think this is gonna be great, and this will be a great one to show in mixed reality as well. But speaking of rhythm games, what I did not expect even a little bit was how the Climb came out with a rhythm expansion where you climb to the beat of the music, and the things that you're grabbing onto are moving to the beat, and you have to like climb to the beat. Thought it was a very interesting thing to do, right? Because this is a game to make you feel height and make you feel like, you know, you could die at any second by falling off of a cliff. And now they're throwing this whole new thing into it, which looks really cool.
I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I think so too.
This reminds me of those levels in the Super Mario 3D platformers where it's like ding, 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 and like switches the blocks, you know, like you got to like move through the level like as it's doing that. It's like ding, 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 ding.
Exactly.
Like cruising, like, oh, dude, because when you do that, what that is going to do is that is going to be flow inducing. Like right now, when people are playing that game, they can grab onto something and they can just take their time. They can just chill. They can be like, what am I doing here? Let me plan my next move there. And like, that is not quite as flow inducing as this is going to be. You're going to be like, you're not going to have a choice. Like you got to be thinking about your next move. So it's going to help people find a flow. And I wouldn't be surprised if that actually becomes people's favorite game mode after they get used to doing that.
Yeah. Interesting. It could be. It looks really cool.
Dude, flow state, bro. It is all about flow state. If you can play and find flow state in something, it will become your new obsession. And I think that is exactly what this is. This is enough to get me to buy this shit. I have not bought this game, but when I see something like this, I'm like, oh, hell yeah.
Oh, cool.
That is going to be satisfying.
Hell yeah. That's badass. Very cool. I'm definitely going to try it. I mean, it looks pretty cool. I don't know. So I don't know if did you play the first one?
No, I haven't played any Climb, anything.
So it's pretty good. And the Climb 1 was one of the original VR games. It actually shipped with before touch controllers. So the first Climb you used an Xbox controller, and then when the touch controllers came out, they adapted and that all got added in there, and it was really good. But what I was going to say here is that when the dude falls, he makes this horrible shrieking like scream, like you actually feel like you're going to die. So I wonder if this is going to kind of do that too. It's not as realistic, right? They made it kind of colorful and cool,
right?
But I'm gonna play shit out of it. So
sweet, man.
See how it goes.
What else we got for the showcase? What else we got?
So, there is a game that I feel like people are going to kind of get into here because back in the day of the Nintendo 64, we had a lot of good snowboarding games, right? Like, was it 1080 and
1080p? Or there's 1080 snowboarding. There was Snowboard Kids.
Yeah.
There's Cool Borders, but I think that was PlayStation.
So this game, Carve, is coming from one of the dudes that made one of those original N64 games. I think.
No way.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
So, so this is going to be. I think this is going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, it was 1080, by the way. From the N64 development team at 1080 snowboarding comes Carve.
Like, that's amazing.
This has to be good, right? It has to be, because that was like one of the most satisfying games ever.
It was really cool. And I think these guys, I don't know what they've done lately, right? So I can't speak to it, but it looks like they're going to do a good job here. And I think the Quest is a really good platform for this. I don't know if it's coming to anything else or if it's an Oculus exclusive, but I
know the mechanics.
It's great.
Like,
I do too.
How the fuck do you play this?
I don't know, but there's a lot of snowboarding games and skateboarding games coming out, right? And there's no foot tracking supported on any of these games as far as I know. So it's all hand gestures and things like that.
The skateboarding, one of the more recent skateboarding ones that I've seen, and forgive me for not knowing the name of it, but it basically puts each controller at each end of the skateboard. So you're like turning it around, and you're like, I don't know, there's probably mannerisms for flipping it, or like maybe go like that to maybe make it do a flip or something, and you're like kind of moving your hands around like this to move the board. But this, I can tell, you can see in the video, they look down at the board, and you can see like a footprint, right? Like where your foot should be on the board. And that really has me wondering how this is going to be done. Like maybe you're going to actually pivot on one foot and like rotate and like turn your body like physically in order to carve. That's just a guess, but I have no idea. Like any guesses as to how this is going to work, Stu?
So with that one in particular, I'm not sure. My first guess would be they probably go off of the head as like just thinking of the quickest approach. But the way I would love to see it is kind of a Nintendo move where they give you an extra thing you have to buy, like a strap or an adapter or something, where you can take your controllers and put them on your legs or your feet or whatever.
That'd be
And
sweet.
now it's a new controller. You're using it for leg tracking, but it's your normal hand stuff. So you can do
That would be
skateboarding,
super
do
sweet.
snowboarding.
Mhm.
I would love for that.
That would be cool. And I guess, like, because it's VR, the expressions don't have to be full iterations of it, right? Like just a little move of your foot to the forward can help you get like a nice big carve, and then a little move of your foot in the other direction will help you kind of go toe side. And like, because I don't know if you've ever snowboarded before, but it's pretty intense. Like you are kicking your feet hard in both directions to make it happen. And obviously the climbing is all legs and the climb has 0 legs. So like, whatever, we can only do our best. At the end of the day, they probably shouldn't make it try to feel like real snowboarding and just make a good snowboarding game. So it'll be interesting to see how they manage to pull it off. But and also it'll be interesting to see if these N64 development chops translate or even help these guys making it a VR title, because those are 2 completely different beasts.
Yeah, they are. I think these guys are going to get it, though. I really feel like this looks like it's going to be a pretty decent game.
It looks fun, and there hasn't been like that really good downhill experience that has like blown everybody's minds quite yet.
There's a game coming called Powder that I tried, and it's pretty good. It needs optimization right now, but like it did feel really good to me. Like I actually enjoyed playing it. So.
By the way, I saw something. This just popped in my head because of Stu's suggestion there. But I saw a clip of somebody who had made a soccer game that like you just track your feet with, and you just kick the ball.
Oh.
So you just put trackers on your feet or your controllers on your feet, and you just kick this ball into the net as they like feed it to you, and it looks great.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it looks like a really good kicking VR game. And
we need some foot tracking stuff with that stuff. Yeah,
we totally do.
Yeah.
Yep. So Carve looks like a good one.
It does.
N64 days. Let's go.
And I know you've played the first one of this game that we're going to talk about next, and that is I Expect You to Die 2, and it is
this game.
Yeah, I really enjoyed I Expect You to Die. Like, I mean, I think they did an absolutely fantastic time. There's a lot of puzzle games in VR. I mean, next to Zombies, it is the second, biggest dead horse that we're beating, right? So, but this game does a really good job with that whole experience. I remember the most memorable one for me in the first one, I think, was the very first level where you're in a car. And you're in this, and it's a great size for actual, VR and moving around and stuff. So I think this is going to be fantastic. I went through the whole I Expect You to Die 1 and all the expansions, and I thought they were very clever and very well done. The voice acting was incredible. It's very funny. It doesn't take itself very seriously. They do expect you to die, so don't feel, like if you go 1, 2, 3 times on a puzzle that you're doing bad, right? Because you have to you kind of have to go into it and really try, and then die a few times to really kind of start figuring out what's happening. And this is a great game, and I think part 2 is going to be pretty good as well.
What you think, Stu?
I am so hyped for this game. I loved 1. I think just aside from virtual reality alone as a puzzle game, this game is just super well done. In the sense of, if I'm trying to solve something and I'm like, oh, I have a candle here and I put this flame to here, it's going to set it on fire and something's going to happen. It may be the wrong choice. I may burn the whole building down and kill myself, but I did that. So it lets you make wrong decisions and actually suffer from them, and then have the right one eventually you find. So it's so well done. Can't wait to see what they do with the second one. Really hyped for it.
Well, that's a great thing to mention as to what makes it good. Because there are so many games that have solutions to issues that, it's just like they just spell it out for you. It's like you're a kid where there's like the fucking board with like the space shapes. There's a square and a triangle and a circle, and then you pick up the shape and you put it in there. You're like, okay, great. But like
there's also some on the other side that it's really friggin' hard to figure out, and you're trying all these things and it doesn't even let you do anything wrong.
Right, nothing's interacting.
Right, exactly.
So this is that perfect balance of things that interact. That like, I don't know, you hit the nail on the head. I don't think I need to reiterate it at all.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be great. It's going to be a great game. This is one I would definitely just, if it's anything like the first one, I would suggest the first one to anyone. So I would say,
so
this is probably going to be pretty awesome.
The first time, the only critique that I had, which by the way, this is I played this game when I was actually doing like game reviews still. So there's a review of this game on my channel that I did, I don't know, I guess like 2 years ago now, which is crazy to think about. But I played this game, and the only critique that I had was that there was a handful of deaths that really felt underwhelming to me, right? Like there's like a time where like the room explodes and it's just like, and you're like, and then you're dead. And I'm like, what the fuck? That was it? Like that didn't scare me. Like that should have like shocked me. Like I got nailed there. And there is a guy in the Behaptics community who just made a mod for the first one, I Expect You to Die, with Behaptics.
Oh, that would be
support.
Great.
And I think that would solve that problem.
Yeah.
Because then when the explosion goes off, it's like shaking you to your core. You know what I mean?
That would be fantastic. Haptic support in this would be killer.
Yep. And we are talking to him about maybe, you know, being ready to do the second one as well.
Yeah.
So that'll be awesome.
Very cool.
By the way, just since we're on the topic of peripherals now, we have 1 week left in our Cybershoes giveaway, which there's a link to the description in our description below, where if you click on this thing, you will have a damn good chance compared to a lot of other VR Spaces fucking giveaways, folks. 1 week left. So click down here and try to get yourself a full fucking Cybershoes setup. The stool, the carpet, the shoes, and
all of it. It's gonna, and it's you want to win this. I'm telling you, this is the thing you want to win. It's you know, for a lot of people that don't have the budget to buy, you know, VR is expensive, right? So if you don't want to purchase another peripheral that's really, you know, that's a little bit pricey, then enter the contest.
Just win it, dude. Fucking win this shit. While you're at it, since you're going to be on that page and it's going to be taking you to, you know, our YouTube and our Discord and stuff, feel free to subscribe to our channel now if you're not already. Just like our loyal subscribers, Paradise Decay and Mepper, who are here for every episode. And we're so excited to see you guys. And join our Discord as well, where we have an amazing community that has been picking up some steam. And we're all just in there fucking chatting it up and having a good time.
Yep. But that being said, we got a couple more games that we should talk about here. And one of the I think most exciting games of this whatever you freaking call it, right, with the gaming showcase, is The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners is getting a new campaign, like a new campaign add-on, right? I mean, I think everyone was kind of hoping that it was going to be a co-op add-on.
I heard a lot of co-op hope.
Yeah. But you know, that's a tough one, man, because they have to rework the entire game to get co-op in here. So, you know, we're getting a new campaign, which is great. It gives me another reason to go in and play this game some more. I, honest to God, enjoyed the. Do I have the out of this right now? I really, really enjoyed this game a lot. And I need another reason to get back into this game. So I'm very stoked for this.
What do you think, Stu?
I'm also hyped for it too. I think they did a really good job with like ambience, if that's the right word for this game.
Yeah.
So I honestly I just like the storytelling with it. Felt like I was part of the episode. So excited to feel that again.
Here's my question for you. Let's say you haven't played this game. Just hypothetical. Just a hypothetical out there for you folks. Purely hypothetical. Let's say I haven't played this game. Should I play it on the Quest right now? No, right?
Dude, you know, I've played it on the PC and I've played it on the Quest, and you get an amazing experience on the Quest.
Really?
Like, they really friggin' crushed it, man. Like, they did a great job bringing in the Quest. And so I would say to anyone out there that hasn't played this, first of all, play it as soon as possible, because it's one of the best games in VR, period. Right. And the fact that they were able to get this on the Quest is amazing. But the fact that it almost translates exactly to the PC game is just unreal. I can't even believe it. Like, I can't believe this runs on the Quest. Blows my mind.
Wow. So what about Airlink? Would that be a viable option, or should I just go native?
I mean, geez, I would almost say to just go native.
Wow.
You know, it's really good. I mean, obviously, you get a good PC, you crank up the graphics all the way, but this game, I feel like, was made to be able to run on the Quest. The way they did the cell shading of the characters and the environment, you know, it's really spot on the Quest. So
damn.
Yeah.
Well, all right, that's cool. And
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of a bummer, right, that it didn't get the co-op, because I'm sure that would give me
Yeah.
like a really good opportunity
Yeah.
to get in there, because I'd get in there with you or with
Yeah.
somebody. But there is a game that got some co-op support that that I thought needed it from the very beginning, actually, and that was Warhammer.
Oh
40K.
yes.
Warhammer 40K, which I haven't played because it just didn't seem like it had something that would pull me in, right? Just looks like a game.
Yeah, I heard a lot of bad things about this game, honestly. I heard at the very beginning that people couldn't even see what was happening. It was very dark.
Oh,
and
really?
the textures weren't great, but I know they've done a lot of updates to this game since. So this might be the time to go in and play it. And if it's getting co-op, I would totally play it.
Like that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Like before it had co-op, I was not interested. Now that it's getting co-op, I'm like, My
question though is, does it have co-op for the whole game, or is it like some kind of horde mode thing only? I'm not exactly sure on that, but the co-op thing will definitely get me to try it.
That is a good question.
Yeah.
What does this video say specifically?
The video just says co-op. It doesn't really specifically give you.
It says, what is that right there? It's like intense co-op action.
Yeah,
is what it says.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's hope it's a story. And if you're a developer and you're hearing this, co-op stories are so fucking cool. Like,
yeah, and especially in VR with stuff like this, you need like there's a sense of safety almost, if you will, when your friend is there with you, and obviously when you share things with people, it's always better.
Right. I mean, because the thing is like these experiences are really awesome. Like there's a reason why we like VR, because it's fucking amazing. You get in there and you having your mind blown. Amazing stuff is happening to you left and right. Like it's so exciting, and it is so great to share that with someone. It's like going to a concert. It's like always best to go to a concert with like a friend or two, because you guys are both there and you're looking at each other and you're like, fuck yeah, woo.
Yeah, you don't go to the movies alone,
right?
Because
I mean, some people do, and that's fine. But I personally would way rather have somebody there next to me, so that way when we leave the movie and we're walking back to the car, we're like, okay, so that scene, what did you think? Like, did like that's community, people. So if you are a VR developer and you are creating a story game, I think it's the best way to do it, to give the option, right? Make it a single player game, but you can add a second player to the story with you. And that is like my favorite way to handle anything that's story based.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree completely. What do you say there, Stu?
I was just thinking about it of having like a really like prolific, I guess, storytelling experience. Because, in most stories, you usually treat yourself as like the protagonist, as like the hero. So now I'm thinking like through my mind, like, how do you put two heroes or something through a story in a duo kind of co-op story? But I would love to see it. And I agree, especially with the community and sharing experience with someone. All that stuff is definitely awesome. Stuff I really loved with like PC games was like, I don't know if you guys ever played like Trine. It wasn't like a super big game.
A little bit.
But yeah, it's like a co-op puzzle solver. And I would love a co-op puzzle game with some story to it. Kind of like, or Portal even. Something like that in VR would be awesome.
May I recommend Carly and the Reaper Man?
Is that?
Oh, hell yeah.
We just
yes.
Yep, it's VR.
It's VR and non-VR.
So we actually just played this on stream last week, and it was in a celebration of the release on Quest, because Resolution Games took this game, which was originally developed by Odd Raven Studios, and published it to the Quest as a Resolution Games title. So now you can play it on Quest or on PC, and they're actually cross-platform and cross-play, which is fucking dope. And one player, the way the game was designed to be played is one player is in virtual reality, manipulating like puzzle items and objects and stuff, and the other player is playing on a flat screen with a gamepad, and they are playing a platformer. So you're like jumping across stuff, and then the person in VR is like looking down at you and the world you're in, and they're like manipulating doors and like putting down bridges and shit. It is so much fun. And with the Quest version, both players are in VR. So just one of them is the big guy moving around, and then the other one is, it's kind of like playing a VR platformer like Moss or Astrobot or whatever, like you see. So anyway, that game I think would be right up your alley, dude. We had a really good time playing it.
I'm gonna get this. I am actually gonna play this. This looks sick.
Carly and the Reaper Man, dude. It originally came out in 2018, but
it did. And when it came out, you had to have you had to be in the same room using the same computer. But now they have a single player mode where you can do both. They have across the internet co-op mode where someone on the internet can join you and join in. They have a mode where you can play that 2D part of it in another quest. Right. So they've added a lot of options and made this game now a lot more accessible for people to play and enjoy. And I think they did a good job.
I don't think it works like this on the PC version, but on the Quest version, if you buy the Quest version, you can send a link to the client download to anyone, anywhere, and have them download it for free and play Carly where they are while you play the Reaper Man from your headset.
Wow.
Yep. So if you buy this game, Stu, you can be the Reaper Man and you can send a client download to anybody, any homie at all, and be like, hey dude, download this game and play this platformer with me. And then they're playing the flat screen on their
kind of like Acron, right?
Yeah, exactly like that, except for not on mobile.
Right.
That's what makes it so great, is that it works with phones.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I love that shit. I love that kind of shit.
Yeah.
The asymmetrical stuff is like so fucking cool. I wish there was a bigger like community for asymmetrical games.
There will be once there's more people in VR, I think. But yeah, so the second to last game we're going to talk about here is, one that doesn't do a ton for me, to be honest with you. But, it looks kind of cool. It's Star Wars Pinball, Star Wars VR Pinball. I am a huge Star Wars fan. I think they took this to a new level by creating, I think there's like 6 tables on here. Which is great. They made a couple just for this game. They made a Mandalorian table, stuff like that. They put you inside of a Star Wars, geek room, which is, like a man cave or whatever. And they actually allow you to go through on the walls and like change the different art pieces to different things. It's all kind of like pre-baked in, but you can kind of customize it a little bit, right? Which is pretty neat. And then things come out of the arcade or the VR. They use VR to bring things out of the pinball machines at you and things like that. So, it's probably going to be pretty cool. But at the end of the day, it's pinball.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I mean, I don't know. This looks like a really good thing to have in VR.
Sure. I mean, dating back to the Atari 2600, there's always been pinball video games. Through every console generation of everything, pinball's been a thing. It's withstood the test of time, and pinball is fun.
Dude, and some of those games I've played the fucking shit out of. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it. First of all, Space Cadet on Microsoft, like, hello.
Yo.
Like, who hasn't fucking played that for like 5 million hours? I also had like this like one like installable pinball game. It was like, I don't know, like Ultima Pinball or something like that, where it's like all themed, it was like haunted houses and stuff. I played fucking Sonic Spinball on Sega Genesis, like crazy. Played so much of that. Played a shitload of fucking Pokemon Pinball on the Game Boy. Like there are a bunch of pinball games out there.
So fuck, maybe we'll play this then.
I mean, one of the things that I think is cool about it is that this is a game that does not ask you to do shit, right? Like if you're playing pinball, you're just fucking like chilling on the couch, like you know, no effort, right? Like you can just relax and just play some pinball, and you're not expected to run around or stand up or burn a bunch of energy, which I think we all know VR is not exactly like the easiest thing to do. Even if you're playing a game that's like chilling, like Carly and the Reaper Man, for example, at the end of it, you're like, fuck, like, okay, like time to like take a break for a minute.
There's, there's multiple things that go into that. There's the intensity of being in a VR environment and feeling like things are actually happening to you.
Right.
Plus, you're actually doing things. You're moving your arms around, you're moving around a bit. So, the days of the fat slob gamers on the couch are kind of coming to an end. You got to be able to get up and move around a little bit, and
not if fucking Star Wars Pinball's got anything to do with it. Let's get games like this back in the mix, so that way we are encouraged to relax a little bit when we play VR, which I wish I did more often. It seems like every time I'm playing VR, I'm doing something that's like challenging me. Like for real. And that's like one of the reasons why I love real VR fishing, because it's like I can just sit there and cast. I don't give a fuck if I catch a fish.
It's just so chill.
I don't even care if I catch a fish.
I know.
Like, I'm
just chilling with people. It's a place to go that's beautiful with and hang out with people.
Do you have real VR fishing, Stu? You should get it if you don't.
I have not tried it yet, but I've seen it.
I love it. Like, I mean, I don't do it often enough, but like I was just saying, it's just it's comfortable. It's just
It
comfortable and chill and relaxing, and I don't feel
awesome.
like I'm like burning energy when I'm sitting there playing it.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
I bet you the Star Wars thing is cool. I just wish I was a bigger Star Wars fan, frankly.
Yeah.
Like I like Star Wars. You know, I go to the movies. I guess I'm a fan, but like I don't know, like some people fucking freak out when they see.
Oh hell yeah! I mean, Star Wars is a big deal. You know, it defined a lot of people's childhoods.
Right, like Paradise Decay
and their movies.
Like
and,
PD is a fucking huge Star Wars fan. He says he's going to be spending a lot of time playing this, which does not surprise me at all. I think this is a game that is like almost made for someone like PD.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you know, I am looking forward to trying it out, especially now. I feel like, you know, it's probably a little bit cooler than maybe I originally thought. So we'll see. Now, the last one here is the subject of quite a bit of controversy. You know, so back in the day, we got Lone Echo. And Lone Echo is a fantastic game. It's absolutely incredible. It tells a great story about this one person and her like AI robot thing that helps to do all these tasks, right? And the locomotion through zero gravity is absolutely amazing. Echo Arena, which a lot of people know came from this, right? You are one of these Echo units in Echo Arena, and you're floating around in zero gravity, just like in this game. This game was one of the top-notch, you know, the first one, amazing VR games that anyone had ever played at its time, and still holds up to this day as probably one of the best. Now they were supposed to release Lone Echo 2 years ago. This game has been getting delayed 2 years ago, right? Everyone thought, oh, okay, well, they're obviously now porting it to the Quest, right? So all these people with Quests can get into Lone Echo. They took all this time and they got Echo VR and all of the locomotion and all of this stuff nailed in, optimized, working amazing. And we're all like, okay, this makes sense. Lone Echo 2 coming to the Quest. And then they came out and they're like, it's for PC and Quest with a link. And you know, I mean, I'm still gonna play the shit out of it. I'm very happy to get this game. Don't get me wrong. I was just really excited for all of my friends that don't have gaming PCs that have Quests to experience the world of Lone Echo and really, really like, you know, just push this game out to the masses. And they came out and you know, after 2 years of delay, it's still on PC, and we don't know if they tried and it just they couldn't make it happen. You know,
Stu, tell us something here.
Yeah, tell us. This is a plane flying like apparently right over my roof.
How loud that is!
I've never heard that before. I hope there's not like something bad going on. Wow, wild. Anyway, sorry if we blow up. You know why?
With Lone, though, I was gonna say, yeah, like you said, the first one amazing. It felt like the first like AAA feel game. So maybe they feel they're held up to that standard and they maintained like their visuals and everything with the second one. Because like you guys said, like the mechanics of it, the feel is really what was amazing there. So I feel like they could have toned it back. But you know, maybe either this was to push link cable or something. But yeah, I'm not sure. Because I mean, if you remember the early footage of like Population 1, it looked insane. It looked really good.
Yeah,
but,
and they did build that game for the PC, and then the Quest came out, and they started over from scratch.
Yep.
And they redesigned it on that. Yeah, and they redesigned it for the Quest hardware because that's where the money's at. You know what I mean? That's the most important thing. If you make a game and no one buys it, you're never going to be able to make a game again because you don't have any money, right? So, yeah.
Especially when it's a multiplayer game that you need a player base. Super important.
True. And this is not multiplayer, right? I mean, they have their multiplayer franchise, which is Echo VR, Echo Arena, and yeah. So it's a little crazy to me. I think it disappointed quite a few people. I mean, I heard, you know, like Reckoner VR, Gary Walkton, who did the Memory Engine book, which is fantastic. Go out and get it. Better than Ready Player 2, in my opinion. He, you know, his thing was, I bet you we're going to see Lone Echo 2 on the Quest. We're going to even see Lone Echo 1 come to the Quest. And, you know, obviously none of that happened. It was just a little weird. It was just a little weird to me. That's all.
Well,
all.
German Rifter in the chat says Quest 3 will maybe be able to stomach the Lone Echo 1 and 2. The game's just too demanding at the moment for mobile VR. Jansen Fox says, although it sucks about the Quest issue, Lone Echo is and was eye-opening by showing the possibilities of VR and being that incredible this early on in virtual reality.
Yeah, and this is true. But you know what really changed my mind on a lot of this stuff was the Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. The fact that they got that game in there and it looks amazing, like just. I can't figure out why these guys can't do it. Now, obviously, you do have to sacrifice some visual fidelity. Obviously, we don't have GTX 3090s in our Quest, right? Obviously, you gotta optimize. You gotta do some things. But I thought that's why they were pushing so hard for the Echo VR stuff.
I've got some thoughts here.
Okay.
I think, first of all, that this is the only thing that was in this showcase that is like a hat tip to Rift owners, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, look, we care about PC VR. There it is. Let me finish.
Yeah.
Let me finish. So there's that's the hat. There's the hat tip, right? And they're like, listen, we care about high-end experiences, and this is coming out. That doesn't necessarily mean that there won't be something that happens for Quest post-launch. Right, like maybe they released Lone Echo Unplugged, which contains Lone Echo 1 and Lone Echo 2 with reduced graphical fidelity and lets you play through the story or something like that. So just because it's not launching as this doesn't necessarily mean that we won't see something that within that universe that could potentially become playable. Just kind of how they do Unplugged version of Robo Recall, right? Like Robo Recall comes out, Rift platform, yay, everybody's stoked, and then Robo Recall Unplugged comes out, different game, made for the Quest. Obviously not as good, but there you go, Quest players.
Right, Quest players. Did you see it on Quest 2, by the way? Robo Recall looks almost like it does on PC on Quest 2, by the way.
I have not.
It's fantastic.
I've only played that game on PC anyway.
Okay.
So there's all of that. So who knows, right? Like there may be an opportunity for this still to come to the Quest, even though it's not doing it at launch. Let the PC players and high-end players get their shit out of this, and then maybe we'll release something in the future. And now I also want to mention real quick that I had the chance to play Lone Echo 2 for a little while at OC6, and I have Tyrael Wood to thank for that. Homie fucking slid me into his like exclusive gaming session. Nice. It was amazing. And but what wasn't amazing in my opinion was the demo. Like I got pretty bored. I was playing through it and like I was doing like a mission, I was like going through these like this like narrow corridors, and all of the walls were covered in this like nasty bullshit that if you touch it, like you're dead. Oh. So I was like slowly like trying to float through these corridors and not touch the walls, but like after a little while I like kind of lost my direction, and then I'm like just floating around, and I got bored playing I got bored. I don't know what else to say.
I could picture you maybe getting bored through Lone Echo, maybe because it's just not action packed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's you go and do things, you go and do chores and things. Obviously some big things happen, but it is more, it's more about the immersion and actually feeling like you're this Echo unit. You know what I mean? And Olivia in the game is the closest representation of a person to this day I still think I've ever seen. Olivia was so well done and so well animated, and her textures were just perfect, man. I really felt like there was a real person there, which is wild, right? So it'll be interesting. I mean, to tip the hat to PC gaming when you just discontinued your PC VR headsets is very strange to me. Like, hey, no more PC VR, but here's a PC VR game.
Well, because now no. They are positioning the Quest 2 as a PC VR headset.
It's not.
Well, but they're positioning they're positioning it as that, and it's also they still know that there's Rift S owners out there. So like if there was nothing about high-end PC in the Oculus showcase, Rift S owners would have made a big ass think about it.
But the Rift, yeah, I know. But, I'm just saying, Rift S was discontinued. The Rift 2 was canceled. I mean, just saying, there's no native way to get your Quest as a PC VR headset, right? You're using the link cable and it's compressing images, and you're seeing that compression on the video on the other side. You know what I mean? You can definitely, but for people who have never played a native PC VR headset, I guess you probably wouldn't even notice.
Right. What do you think, Stu?
So I have a huge thing to ring in on this, actually. My Rift S broke on me, so I already own a Quest 2, converted to the whole PC VR with the Quest 2 type deal, and I hated that compression. It drove me nuts. And I went to a video. God, I wish I knew her name. But if you look up compression fix for Quest 2, I wish I knew her channel. She has a fix for it. You go into a debugger and you can actually change your resolution and pixel density by yourself in the settings. And I have a GTX 1080. I was able to crank it up to 4K just fine. And I have no latency issues. I'm still at 90 hertz. And I play Pop 1 like that. Super clean. And not a lot of people know about it. It's huge. So PC VR is viable on the Quest 2. For some reason, they've nerfed it intentionally. You have to go change it back. Maybe it's to make it run smooth on every PC so people don't go, oh, this is weird. But I've got the specs for it. So I juiced it. And anyone at home right now with PC VR Quest, look this up. It's huge. Like,
damn. Well, we'll tell you what, everybody. What Stu is going to do for us is at some point, maybe after the show, he will find this video and he will post a link to it in our comment section, right? Or on our Discord. Actually, and on our Discord. He's going to do both of those things.
I found it. I'm going to put it in chat right now. Her name is Cast and Cherry VR.
Oh, Kaz and Cherry. Yeah. Kaz and Cherry are great, man. We love them. Yeah, they're fantastic.
You're preaching to the choir, buddy. We all are very well aware of Kaz and Cherry.
Yeah, great girls. They make fantastic content with very, very high production value. These guys, they know what's going on.
And now they have over 100,000 subs on their channel.
Wow. Damn. Good stuff. Good stuff. So, well, that's great. It's good to know that there are things that you can do to kind of fix some of that stuff. Now, that is great for the nerds like us. You know what I mean? We often hear talk about, like I stole this term from VR 365, which is Joe and Sally Walmart, right? They go out and they buy a product and they're like, sweet, I'm gonna play a game, and they're like, okay, I guess I plug this cable into this and then I launch my stuff. And other than that, they have no friggin' idea. You're like, oh, just go in, plug into this thing, open this ADB window, type in these custom commands. They're like, what? Who are you? What's going on? You know what I mean? They have no idea what's happening. So that's great. That's great for the enthusiasts and for people that are switching from Rift S to the Quest 2 as their primary VR headset. That's really good information. Yeah, the other thing I would say is that virtual desktop tends to also look better than the link cable as well. If you have the proper kind of router, you're in the right room, you know what I mean? Like you're not passing through any walls. So yeah,
I think that's gonna be the future.
Absolutely.
It's all be wireless.
Absolutely. The future I see is you get a headset, it connects to the Oculus Cloud, and everything is just
there's no hardware on it whatsoever. It's just a display.
Yeah, pretty much.
A wireless I imagine it just thing. Being a wireless display. Your Wi-Fi handles it, and there's just a supercomputer on the other
or
end.
5G or whatever. Yeah,
right.
Yep, totally. But those are in the Wi-Fi 6E days and 5G fully dispersed throughout the world days. So we'll get there.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of, because like the technology is already here. It's just we don't have, not everyone has it. Right, so like I have a router strong enough for it, but
again, and that Joe and Sally Walmart is going to be like, well, I have this Linksys and from 1927, and it's all right, it's just people just don't know, but for us it's fantastic. So we are the future.
Saying hello to Andy, aka Obscure Nerd, in the chat. What's going on, dude? Obscure Nerd? Good to see you. We also have the legendary Gamer Tag VR in the house. Good to see you, GT. It is always a pleasure to have you drop in.
What's up, GT?
We got to get GT back on the show one of these days.
Oh heck yeah, would love to have him on the show.
Overdue.
It has been. He was a season 1 guest.
He was.
Heck yeah. We get Tyrell back on here too. There's a lot of good people that we, I wish we could just kind of redo everything, get everyone back on the show. Maybe just have one big one where like all the past guests have come on. That's
have like a VR chat party.
There you go. There you go.
Dude, right before the show though, we were like, just like setting things up, there's like a lot of videos and pictures that kind of have to be set up ahead of time before we go live. And when we were doing that, we were going through like our OneDrive, and like Skiva went into the part where it's like all of our guests, and it was like, and it populated the list, and I was like, holy fuck, like it is so cool. Like we are so lucky to have had all of the people that we've had on this show.
Legends,
and when I saw the list of all of them just like in alphabetical order, it was just like going down. I was like, wow, that is fucking cool. It's amazing to have like watched things like snowball in the way that they have, and we're just getting started.
It's pretty exciting. We have some wild shit planned for the future that we are working on, that it takes a little bit of time, but we got some really good stuff coming. So keep an eye on the Between Realities channel, and if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button, click the little likey button, and
click everything.
Click
if you
it all.
See something
click
clickable,
the bell.
click it.
Click the report button. No, don't do that.
That pop up that said you're the millionth visitor. Click that.
Click that. Yeah.
Congratulations. So that's the Oculus Gaming Showcase.
I think that kind of concludes.
There was one thing from Oculus that was announced this morning. I don't know if it was announced, but one thing from Oculus this morning that I noticed that I wanted to make sure we talked about on the show real quick is that a bunch of games are going to start implementing the Oculus avatar system, which is really exciting. And the first one that I know of is Top Golf Pro Putt. Pro Putt Top Golf. So before, because I've played a decent amount of Pro Putt, my dad really likes that game. So like whenever he hits me up, it's either Beat Saber or that he's trying to play. And I've played a good amount of it, and it's multiplayer. It's really awesome. But until now, the avatars were non-existent. It was literally a floating hat. Like you just see the brim of the hat turning, and you like know which direction that guy's looking. But now, as you can see on this image here, there will be fully fleshed out, like legit Oculus avatars, which I think is cool. A welcome addition for a bunch of games. For sure. A lot of games, it would be great just to carry your avatar with you, right? I mean, in real life, you don't go to a party and you look like a different person. You know what I mean? You're still you. So it would be really good to have an avatar that can travel with you from game to game. And it looks like it's happening right now. So it's starting to get pushed into games, which is fantastic. It absolutely is.
The thing I love about stuff like that, about having an avatar, is it's the exact same thing in real life of having like a collectible or like a designer thing. So like, say there was a contest or like a achievement you had to get in a game, you get some glasses unlocked or something. Now you can wear those in other games, sport them around. I would love to see that. I hope they do it.
Oh, heck yeah. I love shit like that too. And I love it when even if it's just game specific, right? Like if it's just in real VR fishing, like for example, actually right now, I think as of May, I don't know, but in a few days in real VR fishing, to like apologize for their servers going down. If you log in during the day's period of real VR fishing, you'll get like some like traditional Korean gear that you can only get during that window, right? So you bet your ass I'm going to be fucking signing into Real VR Fishing next week so I don't miss out on those, because I also love exclusive like items that you can like wear and show off and be like, yep, I was there for that. You know, it's almost like proof of your escapades. But to have it go across the games and like stick to your Oculus, like achieve like a whole achievement system, I think that would be so fucking cool, dude. Yeah, I agree. I'm putting on the Real VR Fishing trailer here. Keep talking about it and haven't shown any footage. Right. But Real VR Fishing is absolutely an amazing game. Like it just everything about it, man. It looks amazing. It's great to fish with your friends. It's just great. It's great. And they had so many plans before the pandemic to expand this game, and I hope that's still. I'm sure they will. Coming. Yeah, that community is really passionate. Like that's one of the most passionate communities for a game that I've seen in a while. Like everybody, like on Facebook especially, they're constantly like posting and like sharing high scores and sharing screenshots and stuff. It's pretty cool. Lipnox sliding into the chat here. How's it going, dude? What's up, dude? Good to see you, Lipnox. And of course, Vivian Chazen. Viv. Our lady Vivian. What's up? Our lady Viv. Well, cool, man. It looks like we have gone through most of what has happened lately. Oh, you know what we did want to kind of talk about just for a minute here is, let me see, is the German Rifters. Yeah, okay. I'm glad you went there, because if you weren't going there, I would have stopped you so we could. Yes. So I noticed Gamertag mentioned it in our chat a minute ago that the beard thing was so good. So maybe we'll play the game with everybody right now, right? Yeah. So German Rifter, Daniel, we all know him. We all love him. He's amazing. He is one of the biggest supporters of the VR community, if not the biggest supporter of the VR community. And he put together a fun little game today on Twitter, which is basically like a guess, like a identify the VR beard, if you will.
Yeah. Let me see if I don't know why I can't get it. It was working before the show.
Firefox or Chrome?
Dang, in Firefox.
You had them attached to 2 different browsers, right?
Yeah. So here's this one. Let me see. I will get it working here real quick. 1 second. But yeah, he did a really good job with this, and now I'm bummed that for some reason now that we're live it doesn't work. But I feel like that's always kind of the way it goes.
Yeah, it's not
every
big.
time.
Yeah. Dang, where did my stuff go? Well, log into Twitter and check it out, I guess.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. Jeez Louise. Oh, there we go. We got it.
Yeah. Right. Thanks, man.
Okay.
I was gonna have to have a talk with you after the show and everything.
I almost get fired.
I was not looking forward to that. You know what I mean? I'm just glad you pulled it out. All right, so yeah, here it is, everybody. Can you guess the VR men behind the VR beards? All right, so this is no multiple choice. All right, we got to go through this together. Now, for the record, me, being the VR wizard that I am.
Give away the answers?
No, okay. I'm simply saying that I could. Like I look at this and I know at a glance which one of these purty mouths belongs to the man on the other side of it. But together we're gonna figure out who is this who. All right, so everybody in the chat, A. I think we all know A, right? Like, is there anybody here who doesn't know A?
Nah,
Can you see this shit, Stu?
I'm gonna make a guess. I'm gonna be so embarrassed if this is wrong. Is this Paradise VR?
A is not Paradise Decay.
He does have a beard, right? Or am I?
PD. I think it depends what day you catch him on. I think sometimes PD's got some cool facial hair, and then other days he's just clean shaven.
Yeah.
PD, what's your face look like right now? You tell us.
Let's see.
Yep. I see Lipnox VR's got it in the chat. Yep. Lissa's got it. A is Mike from Virtual Reality Oasis.
Mhm.
There is no doubt at all as to who is on the other end of that beard for me. VR Oasis is Mike. I almost wish we had these reveal images.
I know, and I can't really see the images, so I can't really participate here.
What? Oh, that's too bad.
I'm in a very bad
Here you
spot
go.
here.
Here you go. I'll give you this.
Oh, well, thank you there.
Yeah, look at that. Boom. All right. So for B, who we got guesses for B, everybody? If you didn't get A, Stu, I don't know how the fuck you're gonna get B.
I'm not gonna get any of these. Oh, I got one. I know there's one I can get on here.
Okay, all right. So B, I definitely got B. Do you know who B is?
I don't know who B is.
I mean, I'm pretty damn sure I know who B is. I would be embarrassed if I was wrong. But I'll give you a hint. Let's see, how can I hint this? How do I hint this? I would say that that beard is trending right now. That's my hint.
Oh, it's trending. Oh, jeez. B is the best.
Maybe
Daniel.
like a VR trending.
Oh, there we go. So the bearded bard?
I think that's the bearded bard.
Is that the bearded bard?
I think so.
Oh, all right.
I'm like 99% sure.
It would be weird if the bearded bard wasn't in on the bearded thing.
And German Rifter, who's the one who put this together, has confirmed B is the best Daniel, and we know that Daniel is indeed the bearded bard. So I'm 100% on this. All right. That was I got this all day.
Yep. All right,
everybody. Who do you think we got for C? I know who this is. And my hint, if you are wondering who that is I would say that his logo basically looks just like that.
Yeah, it does. I know who you're talking about here.
Right?
Yep.
What do you think, chat? You guys thinking Banjo?
Banjo Kazooie.
I think that's Bearded Banjo.
Bearded Banjo.
Right there. Yep, everybody's right. Yep, Bearded Banjo. There they are. Yep. Everybody's flying in the chat. They know what's up.
D is also the other one that I'm going to have a hard time with here, but I think I know everybody else.
Nice. Yeah, we got that Bearded Banjo. By the way, you guys know I got a banjo at my crib? I played that thing for a couple of years.
You do have a banjo.
Yeah. I can play a little banjo, believe it or not. I had a friend who played it when I moved to Sedona in Arizona, and he picked it up one night while we were like drinking, and he blew my goddamn mind. It was so fucking cool. And I was like, I need a banjo right now. And he's like, I got another one right here. And I was like, how much? And I like pulled money out of my wallet, handed it to him, went home with the banjo that night. And that banjo was a piece of shit, actually. So then like a couple of months later, I drove from Sedona to Tucson, which is like over a 3-hour drive, and bought a super expensive banjo at a folk music store there, and then just turned around and drove all the way back.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So there you go. Maybe one of these days I'll fucking bring it out.
Ding, 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 ding.
All right. So bearded banjo was C, and then D. You don't know exactly who that is, right?
I don't. I have an idea. But I'm not sure.
My hint is that D you think is a D.
Think is a D.
Wait, go back to it.
It's back. It's just a lag.
Okay.
A little lag on the stream. D.
You think he's a D?
I think he's a D. Oh yeah. I shouldn't say anything because I don't have anything nice to say about this guy. This is a guy that is developing a game that looks fantastic, but he is one of the biggest Debbie Downers I've ever met in my life. He shits all over the industry that he works in, and in my opinion, he's a piece of beep. Anyway,
that is Blair, the developer of Lo-Fi.
Lo-Fi, yes.
That's right, everybody.
Great game, not a great guy. So anyway,
he and Skiva used to get into it all the time on Twitter before they blocked each other.
Yeah, we blocked each other. I can't listen to that guy. He pisses me off.
Oh God.
Sorry.
All right.
Sorry,
so
everyone.
I know you've got E. You've got all day, right, Skiva?
Oh yes, this is the other Mohawk guy.
Yeah, right. He's the other Mohawk.
I never even shown that I even have a Mohawk on the show. I'm not going to right now because I really need to trim it up.
That's because when you got your hair cut and you looked in the mirror, you were like, "What have I done?" And you're like, "Oh no,
I kept it this long." But yes, this is Buck, is what I'm going to say. I shouldn't have said that. I should have waited for the chat.
No, it's
damn
cool.
it.
You're good. There's latency, right? There's latency.
Yeah, this is true. Buck is great. He's a super funny guy. He's a really funny streamer, and he does a lot of inappropriate things that make me laugh. So,
dude, his mug does not make me laugh. His mug is like the worst thing I've ever seen. I guess it does make me laugh, but it's like the worst fucking thing I've ever seen. It is
funny, and I would kind of like to buy one, but at the same time, I'm not going to have that.
Do not give money for something like that.
Why not? The dude exposed himself. At least you could do is give him $20.
All right, Buck isn't exactly what I would call like a swimsuit model, okay? And the dude took a picture of himself with a green sock over his junk in front of his green screen, and then put it on a fucking coffee mug for you to buy. And he's just like hanging out there, and it is I don't know, like not gross. It's gross, okay? It's gross. So anyway,
wait a minute. I see here in the chat that Zim and German Rifter hate each other. Is that legit? That can't be a thing. No one hates German Rifter.
No, look at dude. It's Vivian. She's just stirring the pot. Man.
She? Okay.
Yeah, she's just...
Nobody hates German Rifter. He's the nicest guy on the entire planet Earth.
That's right.
Yep. Anyway,
Lipnox didn't hesitate, so I also hate Zim. Like, oh, wait a second. Oh shit.
I know that's a pretty popular opinion. Let's go over to let's not like rip on everybody here. Let's go to F.
Who do
you think
that's a no-brainer for me? I mean, these are all, I love all these beards, dude. I just know all these guys.
I would give the hint then, and you tell me if I'm wrong here, that you might get the answer to this if you are a Spider-Man fan. Because he kind of took his name from the Spider-Man universe as well as the VR universe and melded them together.
Yeah, he's almost like an evil medical professional.
Yes.
Almost like it's
just like the guy in the show or in the comic or whatever you're watching on.
Yep. We're getting it in chat. It's Doc Ock, baby.
Doc Ock. That's Dr. Oculus.
And he is now a representative for Woozer.
Yes, he is.
My fucking competitor. What are you thinking,
Ooh,
Doc?
that's not a competitor. That's a subwoofer that goes on your back. You have a haptic vest. That is very, very different.
People bring them up in the conversation together.
That is ridiculous. You can't put speakers on something and say it's a haptic device.
But people are going to buy one or the other, not buying both. They're not buying Woozer and haptics. And the ones that are like hardcore. Like those are the ultra hardcore. Those people got money to spend.
Well, Woozer is cool, right? But it is, I would say, it would be great for something like Beat Saber. But if you're going to play like a game where you're getting shot at, you'll always be getting hit in the back. You know what I mean? There's no pinpoint accuracy for that. It's a really cool product. Don't get me wrong, but it is not haptics.
And I agree. If you're like Beat Saber, like rhythm games, like anything that's like truly audio based, I'm going to give it to Woozer. That's probably the experience you want to have. All right, let's move into G. If you've been watching VR videos for the past 20 years on YouTube, you might have a hint as to who the fuck that is. He is a dude, isn't he?
He is a dude. He's a gamer dude. He is a gamer dude, and he does like VR.
A gamer dude who loves VR.
Yep.
That is.
He has all the toys too, man. He has all the headsets. He has all of the peripherals. He has the best collection I think I've ever seen.
Dude, we should rob him.
Now he's gonna get robbed and we're gonna get arrested.
We should just go knock over that spot, especially because I'm pretty sure his VR room is disconnected from his house. Like he's sleeping in another. I could be wrong, maybe, but I think it's disconnected. So if it is, boom, he smashed through the window.
Jesus.
They can't hear anything. We get ourselves.
I am not taking part of this, people.
We get ourselves a yaw. We're gonna take VR gamer dude stuff.
Oh, you gave it away. Oh, someone already, person said VR gamer dude.
I mean, they've got to. Got to. All right, so we're moving. Man, there's a lot of fucking beards on that thing.
There is.
Moving into H.
H is the legend.
He is
the absolute legend and one
curator.
of the nicest guys on the planet.
Yep, and a loyal channel Patreon. And he's here right now, actually. Oh my god! And he's the guy who fucking made this list, actually, too. Believe it or not. Holy shit!
Is he German?
He's a rifter. I know that. This is fucking ridiculous.
This is ridiculous. Thank you, German Rifter, for giving us this content.
I know. What a bit.
He didn't even give it. We stole it.
Yeah, what a bit. So anyway, that's German Rifter.
Yes,
he's the dude. And I wouldn't be surprised if y'all didn't get that one because he doesn't often put his face on everything. You know what I mean? And when he does, he's hiding behind his VR headset, which he actually is in that picture right there too most of the time.
Yep. He's definitely not a camera guy.
No,
we've tried to coerce him onto the show, but it's just not his forte.
No,
so
it's not.
But we love him.
And I'll tell you what, where you can see him, a nice beautiful image is on a trading card in Pixel Rip 1995.
Boom.
So
that's right.
Pick up Pixel Rip 1995 and start scooping up those trading cards, and there's a fucking German Rifter card right in there for you.
He is I like to picture him as the glue that holds the VR community together. He's an amazing guy.
He's the dude.
Yep.
So anyway, enough jerking off Daniel. All right. Well, I hope you liked it, Daniel. That's all you're getting from us for this episode. Dude, you know who I is?
Okay. It's a YouTuber, right?
It is a YouTuber.
Oh, I'm trying to remember his exact name because he comes from Node, right?
Nope.
No?
You are incorrect, sir.
Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know then. I had one guess.
All right, so let's see. He's a I don't know.
He is from across the pond.
He's from across the pond.
Yes.
He recently picked up a job in the industry.
He is, yes, and he is known as one of the hardest working VR streamers in the industry.
Yeah, this dude puts in the time.
Yeah.
What does he stream?
Mostly game content.
Yeah, games and almost every game. Like if a new game's coming out, he's streaming it. And he even takes the time to fucking show up at this show regularly.
All the time. Yeah.
And everybody else's show as well. Too. He's been a guest here, and we even talked about him earlier. And that right there is Gamertag VR. He's our dude. He's our boy, Chris Hatton. Gamertag VR. I love saying his name.
Yeah.
I never get to hear it. That's him. Gamertag. He's our dude. We love him.
Gamertag is the best.
That's a familiar name. He plays Pop 1, right? I want to say
everything.
Everything. Yeah.
Everything, all the time, everything. The dude, I don't know how he pulls off a full-time job, a family, this channel, everything. The dude is just amazing. He's awesome. Next to Paradise Decay, like him and Paradise Decay, I would say are the hardest working streamers in the business.
Dude, GT is fucking on it. Whoop whoop. Good to see you, dude. Thanks for being here, GT. We love you, and we love your beard. All right, so what is the letter after that? J?
Yep. We are down to the final
Jay.
row here.
So if you don't know Jay's beard, Jay is actually going to be coming to visit us here in the fucking Between Reality spaceship a month from now. So you're going to see that beard right here, smashed in between a Between Reality sandwich. And it's going to be a great time. So this is definitely somebody who you guys know that we know dearly, and is obviously a good enough friend that he's going to come and visit us right here in the studio. He's got a popular YouTube channel. What is he doing for subs these days, dude? He's doing pretty good. He's getting up there.
He is. I don't remember. I don't know, 25,000.
Yeah, that's
approaching 30,000 or something.
Sounds about right. Yeah, and his channel is your one channel for everything VR related.
There you go. That's pretty good.
That's Mateo, baby.
Mateo 311, who is also on our ship in Z Race. There's a cool game on Steam called Z Race,
and frankly, it's more like we're on his ship.
Yeah, it is. It is, and he actually does the voiceovers when you're doing that ship. So I've heard Mateo tell me I suck at that game so much.
You suck.
Good stuff though. Mateo's amazing.
All right, K. That is that's legend. A colorful beard right there.
It is.
That beard has some color to it.
Yeah.
That's a red ass beard.
Wait a second. Did he spill some coffee in there? There might be a little bit of coffee.
Is there coffee? Is there a coffee stain in that beard?
Maybe not.
I don't know. Not. No, actually, I think there might be a coffee stain. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I guess so. We know that this guy likes VR, and we know that he likes coffee.
Who could it be?
And we know that motherfucker just slid into our chat.
Oh, did he?
He did.
Oh, there he is.
There he is. It's Sean from Rendered Reality, everybody. Oh my goodness
Sean
gracious.
From Rendered Reality with the epic beard.
We freaking love your show.
Yep.
I know we say this regularly, but Coffee and VR is an awesome
If you're
podcast.
not subscribed to that, go over and check it out because it is amazing.
And there is a fucking Space Slurpees level that is a Coffee and VR level, which I just played a couple of weeks ago, and it is so hilarious. You are inside a coffee cup, like you're like tiny in the coffee cup and looking up at like the opening at the top, and there's coffee pouring in, and then there's an image of Sean and Tyler like peeking over the edge of it. You know, like
it's so epic. It is the best. Cup. The best Space Slurpees level so far for sure.
All right, and the finally, best podcast. Dude, finally, the most difficult beard on this list.
I have no idea. This is one that I just don't know. I'm not sure who this one is.
I mean, I think it goes without saying that it's definitely the least beard-like beard that I see here. You know, like if anything, it's like I don't know. Dare I say it's the least powerful of what
it is definitely not super. I mean, it does contain quite a bit of power from what I hear. But it is definitely not huge.
Oh, well, I guess that's the important part, right? It's not the size that matters.
It's the motion in the ocean, baby.
Well, I'll tell you what. We're not going to reveal who that last beard was.
Yeah,
if you need to figure it out, just click unsubscribe right now.
Yeah,
that's all I'm going to say.
Well, shit, we dragged that out quite a bit.
Yeah, we did.
That was super fun, man.
Yeah, that was cool. That was a nice little bit. How'd you like that, guys? Huh? Just bullshitting about everybody's beard for 20 minutes.
Beard tween realities right here, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Well, now I'm insecure. I wasn't insecure until now.
Because you don't have any facial hair? That's all right. We'll just cut your hair and glue some to the bottom.
Beard between realities. Yeah. I was told that I could grow a beard by a friend who has one if I just literally did not shave for like 3 years. And I'm like, dude,
3 years?
I'm like, I don't have time for that. Yeah. And it's gonna look like shit for 2.5. You look
pretty sick with like a handlebar mustache, like those twirly mustaches there, and like one of those. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I can go for that.
There's no way you could get a beard on that face, could you, Stu?
No, I cannot. I got big baby face syndrome. No beard, come here. Yeah, I shave like once a week. I'm very fortunate with that.
Nice. So. That's awesome.
Oh my god.
Well, cool, man. I mean, I guess we've kind of gone over our normal time slot here because we by about 7 minutes or so. Just because those beards were awesome. That was a good little tweet.
Yeah, we were just fucking around.
Put up.
Yeah, that was fun. So thanks, Daniel, for giving us something to just bullshit about for a little while.
Yeah,
that was cool. So what are you thinking, Stu? I guess we're about to wrap this up. You know, you've got a Twitch channel, you've got a YouTube channel, you know, but you're just doing your thing. You're just being Stu, you know. So, you got anything, you know, you want to say before we kick you out of here?
I would say if you guys are looking to follow me, check me out on my YouTube. That's definitely, if I do start getting some stuff going, it's going to be happening there. Other than that, I'm very lax with my content, so you know I can go in any direction at any time. Really, I don't stay to a very strict thing in that. But mostly, I like to keep humor and informative. That's my two things. So
Nice.
if you like those things, that's what I'm about. And other than that, I just like games. So that's what I be.
Sweet.
Fucking, it's Stu, ladies and gentlemen. Stu, super down to earth dude, amazing fucking world championship owning VR gamer, VR arcade worker, VR industry dude, like overall great guy. It's been so awesome having you on the show. I knew after we met, I was like, well, we're gonna fucking be homies, and I'm gonna have this guy on the show, and we're gonna do all this shit. And I'm glad that it has finally happened, man. So thank you so much for everything and for joining us on the show today.
Yeah, you're great, dude.
Thank you for having me. This was awesome.
So glad you enjoyed it. And I forget what game we were talking about playing together, but maybe I was talking to somebody in the chat, but let's play some fucking games together, dude.
Hell yeah.
Pick up some real VR fishing, and I'll show you the ropes.
It's on Quest 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll look into it.
Quest 2 and PC.
That, and I'm going to get Carly and the Reaper.
Yeah,
Reaper Man.
Carly and the Reaper Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
those are the two.
Take a quick peek at the video on our channel when we're done here, just so you can get an idea of it. I would say we did a great job of representing it. Like both of us are on screen, you know, like it looks really good.
Both views. Yep. I think so too.
All right, Stu. Thanks again, dude. We will talk to you very soon, brother.
I'm gonna kick you out of here, buddy. Adios, amigo.
Later,
See ya.
y'all. Later, chat. Been
See
good.
ya.
Bye, guy.
And with that, Stu is gone, and we have lost him, but not forever.
Did I put? Oh, I didn't even put our next guest up. Oh, I knew I forgot something.
You can plug it in, right?
I can if we
I'm
know
on
who it is.
Yep, I'm
oh,
on
you're
it.
on it?
Yep,
okay.
I'm pulling this up for you right now.
Okay, sweet. Jeez, you're gonna have to fire me. What the hell is my problem?
Here you go. See it? All right, so
what do we got?
So this is a weekly podcast. We do this shit every week.
Oh yes.
And we're gonna do it again next week.
Oh, this is a good one. I mean, not that today wasn't a good one or any of the past ones, but I'm always just so excited to talk to people.
Especially when it's someone who I've chatted with quite a bit, but not like intimately and at length. You know what I mean? And this is definitely the case with next week's guest. It is
Holy cow.
Who gives a shit?
Wow.
It's Daniel, the Bearded Bard. That's right, everybody. The Bearded Bard will be our guest next week. He is the fucking guy who has brought to us VR Trend Magazine, which is the physical print magazine that we are contributors of, and we are absolutely huge fans of.
Yes.
So we're so excited to talk to him about what it's been like starting this VR publication. And of course, he's been very prevalent in the VR community since before then. So we'll learn about his history and everything as well.
Yeah, and for anyone that doesn't know about VR Trend Magazine, this is like imagine Nintendo power back in the day. You go to your mailbox, you're so excited, you get this magazine, you're flipping through, you get like write-ups on games and all kinds of amazing stuff in a physical magazine format. They also have a digital format that you could get, but holy shit, I am so excited every month. Like I am living at my mailbox waiting for this magazine. It is so good. It is so good, such high quality. And I definitely go out and check this out, man.
Yep.
Fantastic magazine.
Absolutely do it. Sean from Rendered Reality, Jansen Fox, Mepper, German Rifter, Lipnox, Vivian,
everybody,
Paradise
man. We love
Decay,
you all.
yeah, Gamer Tag, Smash Reality. Thank you guys, Lipnox. Thank you guys all so much for being here. It's an absolute pleasure to do this show, and even more so when we have amazing people like you that join us for these live broadcasts every week. So thank you so much, and we will see you a week from now with The Bearded Bard. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, guys.